Hey guys, I'm on break at work and it's a pretty nice day out, so I'm going to read through Proverbs Chapter 18, which says, "Through desire a man, having separated himself, seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom." So it's interesting that it says having separated himself. So I think that is kind of like introspection, like examining ourselves. Seek, desire, intermeddleth with all wisdom. A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. So they are selfish, and that's all they're really concerned about. It doesn't want to discover understanding or wisdom, just wants to discover itself. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. So ignominy is a word that I don't know. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt and reproach. So again, it's bad for the wicked. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom a flowing brook. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. He said this, I think, in the previous chapter, about condemning the just and, praising the unjust or whatever. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calleth for strokes. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. He also that is slothful in his work is brother to him that is a great waster. So people that are really lazy are just as bad as people that waste things. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. And that's a pretty popular verse. A comforting verse. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and as an high wall in his own conceit. Therefore destruction, the heart of man is haughty, or before destruction. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. So those who are humble in spirit are honored. Those who are haughty in spirit will be destroyed. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it is folly and shame unto him. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? So, a wounded spirit's not a good thing. The heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. A man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men. He that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor cometh and searcheth him. The lot causeth contentions to cease, and parteth between the mighty. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, Their contentions are like the bars of a castle. So, thinking about some of that I just read, he that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor cometh and searcheth him. So it's a good thing. It makes me think about, that there should always be witnesses, or people should always be tested to be true, I guess. The lot causeth contentions to cease, and parteth between the mighty. So does that mean that the findings of witnesses can bring rest to suspicions, or so if somebody was guilty and they were searched and found, or if somebody wasn't guilty and then they were searched and found to not be guilty, then they're justified, and then contentions cease. Maybe. Is that what it means? I don't know. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips he shall be filled. So we're not talking about literal fruit. This is figurative. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of the Lord. The poor useth entreaties, but the rich answereth roughly. A man that hath friends must shew himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. A man that hath friends must show himself friendly. That makes me think like some of these things are kind of like backwards, like he's like mentioning like the end, like the result of something or the end of something before like the cause of it. Like earlier he talked about before destruction the heart of man is haughty, so haughtiness leads to destruction. So friendliness leads to friends. It's kind of a feeling that I have about that verse. That's all for Proverbs 18. And so I'm just going to make this short and relax on the rest of my break, but I'm glad I was able to read through that, so hopefully I'll get to 19 soon. But that's going to be it, guys. God bless.